scene 1, shot 3, take 2.
Camera set, sound set. Mikayla, where are you from?
Well, it's a tough question.
Do you mean where do I live?
Well, I'm from Sydney.
So I'm from regional Australia.
Well, I'm part Chinese and I'm part European Australian.
My dad is Indian and my mum is white Australian.
I don't know. White? I'm Australian.
If it comes to numbers, 50% Indian and 50% white Australian.
Oh, I'm just 100% Aussie, I guess. Just 100% Aussie, mate.
It's not that simple. I'm like really, really mixed. You see, it all began for my family back in the early 16th century with a guy named Alfonso de Albuquerque. In 1511, his ships landed on the Straits of Malacca, filled with his crew of Portuguese men, in whom my existence could have only been but a minuscule grain of sand in the vast ocean of their minds. They attacked and eventually captured the city of Malacca. And they built a fortress too, called Formosa, which partly still stands in Malacca today. So now there was a small group of the Portuguese in Malacca. They married the local Malays, Chinese, and Indian people, and as time went by, we saw the very first Eurasians being born. So now they're a mix of Malaccan and Portuguese. Fast forward to the 17th century and the Dutch took over the fort. Fast forward once again to the 19th century when the British explorers took over. All three European powers imposed their own customs, language, food, and cultural attitudes onto the local community. Once they all left, this new community of mixed people banded together and created their new identity, the Cristãos. Generations down to today, and the term Eurasian is more commonly used. The mixed community of Eurasians is not only localized in Malacca too, they also span from Penang to KL all the way down to Singapore. And many families have also since migrated to Australia. My parents, both Eurasians themselves with entirely Eurasian ancestry, actually met in Western Australia, and many years later my twin sister and I came into the picture. As many other 2000s kids in Australia, we grew up going on family road trips down south and feeding the kangaroos at our local wildlife park. At the same time, we also experienced a lot of our cultural roots through our family and the Eurasian community here, who have formed an association to continue to share and to keep our culture alive. At this stage, where I'm from is even more of an enigma, as Australia has been and always will be my home. I think my story, the Eurasian story, is just one prime and perhaps extreme example of the fact that it's not a matter of having any specific number or label on where you're from, but it's about embracing the different aspects of cultures that shape who we are. So to answer your question, just please don't expect a simple one-word response when you ask, where are you from? Because it's far more complex than that.
Tem quanto tem para quem amor minha coração. O nona minha nona, cai longe você vai. O nona minha nona, cai longe você vai. Se eu